Okay, so welcome to another episode of Windwalker. It's my third time recording this because I keep using the wrong mic. So we're just gonna go over the most important systems of our game, I guess, and the two kind of main scenes of our game. Prior to this, you're gonna see like a login flow, Google Play authentication, um, things like that. So you're going to start in here. If you try to venture out backwards, you're going to be met with a invisible wall. So this is kind of the main play area. You can walk on water for now. And you have these NPCs that have blinking indicators on them just to kind of give you better visibility. For these NPCs, there are 6 in total. This is the tutorial NPC.
Welcome.
And we'll start here. They'll tell you about combat, how items work, what classes there are, our pet system. These are kind of some of those important systems. Combat probably being the most important one. So we'll start here. Combat Windwalker is triggered through the Dungeon Master. Turn-based in your party, max team size of 3. Turn orders are decided by the initiative stat, which you can find on items, and you gain skills as you level based on your class. 6 damage types, physical, magical, and then the 4 elements. Yeah, so after combat, you gain experience and items. You get fully healed every time.
Welcome.
So
Okay.
how do items work? So equipable types, there are 19 of them. We have 100,000 different items across the levels, different rarities. Higher level you are, the more likely you're going to get rare items. Yeah.
Welcome.
Different
Yes.
classes. So you start as a novice, you have 1 skill. That's it. It might change later. At level 10, you can choose between the 3 main classes. And then at level 30, you can choose from a secondary. You can choose from 3 secondary classes. Warrior, you can be a knight, berserker, or a spell sword. Mage, elementalist, necromancer, priest. Windwalker, beastmaster, marksman for the ranger.
Welcome.
So
You got it.
Allies you can purchase from the merchant NPC. You can have 1, and the beastmaster can have 2. Okay. I'm losing my voice. This is the 3rd time doing this, like I said. This is the merchant NPC. Not going to click on her yet because the UI isn't quite done. But
What's up?
So yeah, you can talk to her and say never mind.
Good luck.
And there's voice acting here too. I'm not sure if the sound is going to be picked up. But yeah, they just kind of say basic lines like hello, goodbye, things like that. Dungeon Master, you can give him a boss token if you have one to face a boss. Otherwise, you can have a very low chance of facing a boss when you
Good luck.
Enemy. Enemy button. And yeah, the controls seem a little weird. It's because I'm using mouse and keyboard. In-game is going to be with the 2 joysticks on mobile. So ideally, or hopefully, this should be better. So this is one of the 3 class masters. This one being the warrior.
Later.
The ranger over here. Some floating pieces of food or jars. And then the mage master over here.
Hello. Ta-ta.
Okay. With that said, let's load up the combat scene. So one big change that we made, that Gary did, was moving our 100,000 monsters and items from scriptable objects to our own SQLite database. Mostly just due to like this compilation time issue we had, where it was taking 15-20 seconds to compile those scriptable objects on any sort of code change. And we couldn't find any remedy to that situation, so we did this. And you can, we broke it into 4 tables, 2 of them that are important for us to talk about now. equips and monsters. So you can filter the tables. Equips, you can see the different equips, what type they are, what kind of stats they provide, and what power level they are. It's going to be interesting. What is the objectively best item in the game? It's a staff. Staff, 2 out of the top 3. Wow. Oh, it's a kind of a shitty staff. So much dex. Okay, anyways. Monsters. So we're going to just kind of focus on monsters for now. We can type SQL queries to figure out which monster is between levels 2 and 8. And there's 382 of them. I know that because I did this video 3 times now. So yeah, so this is the combat scene. Okay, it's the player. We're just going to set their level right now. Say level 5. He's the novice. Just gonna drink some water. So anytime I hit this play button currently, our system checks the player's level, which is 5, and looks for enemies plus or minus 3 levels to that level. So that's why the SQL query was between 2 and 8. It's 3 levels, plus or minus 3 levels from 5. So it looks like my initiative was higher, so I'm going to be going first. And what I wanted to demonstrate was this debug panel here first. Actually, before we go to the debug panel, we'll talk about what we see on the screen here. So the player can choose one of 3 actions. You can skip your turn, which I'll do here. It'll hit me. I'm going to heal myself. I can use a skill, any one of these 7 slots here. Or, no, it's 8 slots. Yeah, 8 slots. Or you can choose to do a regular attack, which hopefully doesn't kill him. I'll heal him as well. And then he's going to go. And one consideration that I'm doing is either make the player move much faster or not have to go all the way out, because the time it takes to attack and then wait for you to return and then wait for the enemy to attack and then wait for them to return sometimes is just a little too long, I think. So we can make them closer together, or yeah, just different considerations there. So this is a hurl rock ability that every player has in the beginning. It scales off physical damage. Oh, he did it too. And it has a chance to stun, which he just did. That was weird. Okay, no longer stunned. So yeah, now to this debug panel, which you saw me heal myself and heal the enemy. I can also now equip items. And this is really useful because prior to this button, I'd have to manually go through here, look for an item at my level, get the ID of that item, and then plop them into my player over here. But now, thanks to this debug tool, I can choose what level I want each item to be and the type as well. And I can choose the rarity as well for all of them or individually. And if I just hit equip items, you'll see my stats adjust based on those items that I pulled from the database. So let's skip again and see how much damage he was doing. He's doing 8 plus 1. Oh, and that's one thing I didn't mention, was the number in green represents the physical damage, and the number in purple represents the magic damage. So now I'm going to equip items, and you should see probably my defenses go up. Unless I get unlucky with some things. So yeah, my physical went up a lot, magic defense went up by 1. So let's see how much damage he does now. So he does 5 less magic physical damage, and he does 0 magic damage. So that's quite an improvement. And also quite indicative, or exactly indicative, of a player at this level with items of that rarity. Having said that, an actual player at level 5 probably isn't going to have all items with rarity 1. Although that might seem low, that's actually pretty unlikely. And then maybe those items were also just really good items. So we can even roll that again and see the damage he does. He casts an ability that 4 damage. See his basic attack. Oh wow, maybe not. Okay, yeah. So we're going to now demonstrate a different class. So let's do the mage class. And we haven't tested a lot of these skills, so there's going to be probably a few bugs, but that's no worries. So mage at level 15. Yeah, okay, so we can just hit play. I'm going to equip items before I can get attacked, because I don't want to get one shot. Okay, I got one shot. Cast an ability on me. No worries. Let's do it again. Okay. Ooh, he hit me hard. Yeah, so you can even see here, this is an example. You can rewind if you missed it. This guy, he's a warlock. So when we're generating monsters, they have base stats based on what type of monster they are, like what exact type of monster they are. And then from there, we added variability between those monsters by kind of categorizing them with certain characteristics. So this guy is a warlock or orc warlock. Yeah. And he's more likely to do magic damage. So he's going to have high magic damage, as we see here, and the lower physical damage. Probably going to have more int. Yeah, 40. And that just really ties into that sort of like immersion and adding to what the players expect. If you see someone holding a staff, then like you're probably not going to think they do a lot of physical damage, unless it's like a physical looking staff. But yeah. So I believe I equipped items. Yeah. So I did equip items. I'm using a sword. Okay, so I don't want to use a sword. So let's do a wand because I'm a mage, and then I don't know if you can get a spell book at this level, but we'll see if we can. Yeah. Okay, so we did. Okay, so over here, mana cost and then HP percentage cost. Summoning skills aren't working exactly correctly. But we can try to demonstrate that if we get a lot of HP or a lot of MP. So now that we have enough, cast it, it's going to summon right on me, which it's not supposed to do, but that's okay. It took the damage for me, and it's going to probably one-shot him because summoning isn't quite balanced yet. But yeah, so this is an example of choosing a different class. And different classes have passive bonuses as well. Ow. Just wanted to show the passive bonuses, man. Please don't one-shot me. Ooh. Okay. So, passive bonuses. It's on the job itself. The mage doesn't have any passive bonuses. That's no worry. Novice doesn't. The warrior does. Combat training, and then this just gives them more defense. This is too much. We're going to balance that later. But for now, just demonstrating combat. Let's heal myself. So this ability is a chaotic claw, I think is what I called it. And it has a chance to attack 1, 2, 3 times, and also a chance to inflict a random status. So I don't have much HP. Oh, but I have a lot of defense, which is good. I have a sword again. Come on. Forgot to change this. Can dual wield wands, but let's not do that. Let's do a spellbook. Okay. So this inflicts a random status effect to the target. He resisted freeze and just hit me for a lot. That's a lot of damage. Hit 3 times as well, which is unlikely. But yeah, so what's next is I'm going to be testing combat a lot at the different levels, at the different items, at the different rarities, and just really try to iron out those balance changes I need to make. And also, combat's not going to be always 1 versus 1. So what are the optimal chances of facing 2 or 3 enemies at a time? What seems the most fun? How many turns should it take to finish a combat encounter, enemy encounter versus boss encounter, that sort of thing. So we're making really good progress. And once this game loop is like fleshed out, it's like, okay, how much experience are we getting? How many combat encounters do we need to do to level up? Which actually we've already mapped out. But yeah, if we need to adjust that, then we'd have to adjust those things as well. Yeah, so we covered monsters, their characteristics, variability between them, items, using a similar system, so lots of variability between them as well. Combat with the different skills, classes, demonstrated like summon ability, and Chaos Claw status effects skill, I forget what it's called. Warrior passive abilities. And yeah, I think that's good. Thanks for watching.